everyone, and welcome back to the Iraqi Dinar News channel, your trusted source for all things dinar in 2025. Now, if you've been holding on to those Iraqi dinar notes, whether they're large denominations or smaller ones, buckle up because we've got some incredible news for you today. We're talking about full-scale movement. Yes, you heard right. Redemption centers across several key regions have started accepting all Iraqi dinar notes, including the older 30 notes and the lower denominations, whether you've got 25,000 IQD notes or 250 dinars. It's all being looked at. This is a huge turning point for investors and everyday holders alike. For the first time in years, it seems like Iraq is taking massive steps forward, and this change could mean the beginning of a new era. So make sure you watch until the very end, because we'll break down what this means for you, how to get ready, what to expect at redemption centers, and why this could be the big moment dinar holders have been waiting for. Let's talk about what's really happening. In recent weeks, news from inside the financial sector in Iraq and beyond confirms that redemption centers are now operating on updated guidelines. These centers are no longer limiting exchanges to just certain denominations. Instead, they are accepting everything from 1,000 dinar notes to the much-debated 50,000 dinar bills. This shift marks a dramatic departure from earlier exchange policies where only certain notes were favored or deemed acceptable. The move signals increased confidence in Iraq's monetary reform and a step closer toward full currency revaluation and international integration. For many investors who have been holding on to their dinar patiently, this update is more than just good news. It's potentially life-changing. And if you've been uncertain whether to exchange now or wait, the message is becoming clearer. Get ready, because the doors are opening. So why now? Why are redemption centers suddenly opening up to all denominations of the Iraqi dinar? The answer lies in Iraq's stronger push to become more economically stable and globally relevant. The Central Bank of Iraq has been rolling out monetary policy reforms behind the scenes for months, and they've finally reached a point where they're confident enough to allow broader participation in exchanges. And there's growing optimism in international trade relationships, digital infrastructure is being built, and Iraq's financial institutions are receiving support from global partners. All of this paints a picture of a country ready to re-enter the world stage. And your Iraqi dinar notes, yes, the ones you've been holding for years, could finally be gaining real recognition in the financial system. The redemption centers are simply the first domino to fall in a much larger chain of events. Let's break down what you can expect when visiting a redemption center. First, the process is being described as streamlined and secure. There are verification steps in place to authenticate each note, and the centers are equipped with advanced scanning systems to quickly process all denominations. Whether you bring in 5,000 dinars or 500,000, the system is designed to ensure transparency and efficiency. But the key advice right now is to get your notes organized and be prepared to provide proper identification. Some centers may require appointments, while others may operate on a walk-in basis depending on your region. Many holders have already begun visiting these locations and are reporting smooth, professional interactions. If you're thinking of exchanging, it's best to get your notes in order now because the window of opportunity may not stay open forever. A lot of viewers have been asking, what about the 300 notes like the 25,000 and 50,000 dinar bills? These notes have long been the subject of debate in the dinar community. But right now, we can confirm these notes are being accepted at redemption centers without issue. They are being treated just like the smaller denominations. That means you don't need to worry about exchanging them prematurely or rushing to get smaller notes. All are considered valid under the current guidelines. This also suggests that the Central Bank of Iraq is not focused on removing 30 notes yet, but instead may be preparing the public for a future where these notes either get gradually phased out or revalued under a new exchange rate. This gives both short-term and long-term holders some breathing room and, more importantly, real options. One of the most exciting parts of this update is how it's affecting Iraqi citizens themselves. Local businesses are beginning to show more trust in the value of the dinar, and reports indicate a shift toward accepting all denominations in everyday trade. That's a massive psychological win when the public begins to see currency, no matter the denomination, as valuable and trustworthy. It helps stabilize the entire economic ecosystem. This is a sign that Iraq's financial reforms are working, and for dinar holders outside of Iraq, this movement boosts the credibility of the currency overall. Every successful transaction, every local shop that accepts a 10,000 dinar note, builds a more solid foundation for the currency, and that directly impacts potential exchange values and demand. Let's take a closer look at the redemption centers themselves. These facilities have been carefully set up in secure areas and are staffed with trained professionals, many of whom come from banking and financial backgrounds. This isn't a pop-up operation. It's coordinated, prepared, and well-supported. Some centers are even equipped with translation services to assist foreign investors. With so many denominations coming in, staff are trained to handle bulk exchanges while maintaining accuracy. There's also early talk that some centers will offer tiered rates based on volume, condition of notes, or timing of exchange. So if you've got a larger holding, you may qualify for more competitive rates, but you'll need to inquire in person to get the most accurate information. Security is also a top concern, and rightly so. That's why redemption centers are operating under tight protection. Government agencies and private contractors are providing oversight to make sure each transaction is safe and legitimate. You may even notice increased security around financial zones in cities where these centers are located. This is all part of building trust both for Iraqis and foreign investors. There are also measures in place to ensure that no fake or damaged notes enter circulation again. The system is designed to weed out fraud and promote accountability. This environment creates stability, which is exactly what Iraq needs right now as it moves forward. So if you're planning to exchange, take comfort in knowing the infrastructure is strong and secure. Now, let's talk about what this means for the future of the Iraqi dinar. If redemption centers continue to operate at this scale, it could mean that Iraq is preparing for much bigger financial changes, possibly even a rate adjustment or a full-scale revaluation. No official announcements have been made yet, but the groundwork is being laid. That's why it's more important than ever for holders to stay informed. Sign up for alerts, watch official news, and stay close to channels like this one. You never know when the next big move could come, and if history tells us anything, it's that revaluations can happen swiftly and without much warning. The time to prepare is now, not later. Many of you have been holding your dinar for years, some even over a decade. You've been patient through rumors, delays, and countless updates, but now you may finally be seeing the signs that something is actually happening. Redemption centers accepting all denominations is more than a policy shift. It's a signal that the Iraqi government and central bank are aligning with global standards. A signal that Iraq is moving toward a more open and trade-friendly economy, and most of all, a signal that your patience may soon be rewarded. This isn't just about exchanging currency, it's about recognizing the value of your strategy, your discipline, and your belief in Iraq's long-term recovery. If you're new to this or just now hearing about redemption centers, here's what you need to do next. First, get your notes verified and sorted. Make sure they're not damaged or counterfeit. Second, stay updated on local exchange instructions. Some centers may be operating under different guidelines or timeframes. Third, plan your visit wisely. Bring identification, understand the process, and don't rush. Lastly, talk to a financial advisor if needed. While this opportunity is exciting, it's still important to be smart with your money. You'll want to ensure you're making the best decisions for your long-term future. We'll be here every step of the way to bring you the latest updates, guides, and news, so you're never left in the dark. To wrap it all up, this could be a historic time for Iraqi dinar holders. The acceptance of all denominations by redemption centers in 2025 is a game changer. It shows confidence, it shows growth, and most importantly, it shows progress. Whether you've got a few notes or a large portfolio, this news affects you. Stay prepared, stay alert, and stay hopeful. The next few weeks and months could bring even more opportunities, and we'll be here to guide you through every twist and turn. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. And remember, keep your dinar close and your eyes open. Big things could be just around the corner. Thanks for watching the Iraqi Dinar News channel.